Logan hated cheap stock trailers, whether he was a horse or a man. They were loud and hollow-sounding, and being dragged in one for miles down dusty gravel roads was a special kind of torture. When Logan was a horse, there was no way to move around or turn. It was painfully dull and boring. When he was a man, there were no concessions for his form. It was too suspicious to have human comforts in a box made for livestock, so he rattled around in a hot empty tin can. If he sat down on the floor to use his phone, he had no view, and if he stood up to look out, he had to cling to the side or stagger at every curve, with only 2 legs to balance on. Either way was uncomfortable and irritating. "Next time you're the horse," he groused at Clancy when they arrived at the Montana ranch, after he'd confirmed that the trailer was angled so it wasn't visible from the farmhouse, and there was no one in sight yet. "You're the more valuable specimen," his cousin reminded him out as he put out the ramp. His voice got silky. "Who's a pretty boy with fake papers? Now shift, because the nice lady with the deep pockets is coming." Logan's instinct gave an unhelpful warble. Something was off about this deal, but Logan couldn't tell what, so he stuffed his misgivings down without examining their cause. Instinct was like a fortune cookie anyway, right just often enough to be frustrating and annoyingly vague. Deals with Clancy always left him feeling dirty, and it was no different ignoring magical instinct than it was to ignore his remorse. Grumbling, he shifted and high-stepped out of the trailer. "Let's go put on a goddamn show." His stallion, to Logan's disgust, was happy to toss his mane and let the long, coarse hair spill down over his arched neck. "We should be admired. We are amazing. Look how beautiful the light on us is." Humility was not one of his animal's stronger traits. "Damn it, Logan, you aren't wearing a halter," Clancy hissed. Logan could take simple items with him and back from form to form, and he cursed himself for such a stupid oversight. He must not have been wearing one the last time he'd been a horse. Well, if anyone could pull off trying to sell a horse with no halter, it would be Clancy, who was as smooth-talking as any car or snake oil salesman. "You must be Jason Cummingson. Nice to meet you. My vet will be here shortly." Logan wheeled to face their customer. Tabby Swiftwater was a tall woman, strong and curvy, with arms that showed muscle. She wore jeans with pale knees and a faded t-shirt, a brimmed cowboy hat shading her eyes from the morning sun. Her gaze was sharp and unwavering. Everything about her suggested a woman who was used to working hard, and Logan had to keep himself from crowding possessively as his cousin stepped forward to shake her hand with an appreciative grin. He didn't want to come across as an aggressive animal and scare the buyer off before they even began.